Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Blessings to everyone. So there is this time of pressure, and you need to understand that pressure is not from outside. Pressure is arriving from within us. And the more we try to blame the outside, to focus on the news, on everything that happens, the less we understand how actually our world, our creation works. I'm sure that in the future there will be different subjects taught in schools to children. One will be that they learn to come inside themselves, especially when after, for example, they were very angry or they were very excited. There will be such a kind of teaching to the next generation, not to stay in the same habits that we are now. One thing is clear, that we are not performing very well on this planet. Yeah. But not only we are not doing very well with the planet, we are not doing very well with ourselves. No? This is a matter of fact. So as long you carry that idea that the circumstances are the reason of your unhappiness, that your wife, your husband, your job, your body, whatever it is the reason of your unhappiness, you will not be able to really come out of it. Yeah. It is a constant ping pong. And it helps also to a little point only when you say God will make it. Yeah. Or God knows and what is the best, and you become a kind of passive, humble one. Yeah. That is not really also what works. Yeah. What we need to learn is that we are definitely humble in a way that means we are not important. Yeah. We're not really important. Because important means that you are more important, that you are more meaningful, that you are more powerful than what is around you. And no matter which fantasy the drop has, that fantasy collapses when he enters into the ocean. Yeah. So this idea, I need to be strong, I need to be, well, whatever, that comes from this wish to be different, to be special, to be above everyone and everything. At the same time, of course, it is also an inner reflection that you experience, because there is something in you always above. There is something in you always strong. There is something in you that is always at the highest. But it's not you as your personality. It is this reflection of the divine spark into us. And what the ego does is that it attaches it to itself. Yeah. And this is what the ego does with everything. It attaches every goodness to itself, and it attaches every badness to others. That is the cardinal mistake. But whatever attachment you are doing, it is not better to attach the good to yourself or to attach the bad to yourself. Both attachments are not right either. Yeah. It is definitely the first step not to attach anything to others. But it is also not the final step to just say, okay, I'm the source of bad and good. Yeah. That is still inside the personality, you see? And the way is to be with yourself, but without being yourself, without remembering that self, this personality. And when you somehow can step out of this permanent self-reflection, which is not the self, then you start to look at the self that has nothing to do with our individual self. That is just all around. Yeah. It is within and around. It is in a permanent relationship. But there is no center. There is no center in you that is your self in that sense. That center again is only one, and that's the divine itself. Yeah. So no matter how we move on this earth, yeah, the earth first of all moves around. Yeah, it turns around one center or so, but that center is not a solid thing. This center is very liquid. Yeah, it's very open. It moves. Yeah, it is like more kind of a water being. Yeah, and the same thing is we have a kind of center. Yeah, which is not the center of our individuality. It is the center that connects us with the higher center. So when we center ourselves in the direction of the higher center, whatever that means for you, then you create a kind of energetic connection. And that makes you to remember. That makes you to remember where you come from, what has happened to you. That remembers, you will start to remember, you will start to see all the things that you have done in so many ways that you will repeat it. No? This is what we call the awakening. It is a memory. It is not just something that you realize. It is mostly a memory. And we could say this is the Akashic memory. This is this memory that you enter into when you go out of your identification with your story. And from there, you have this view. And of course, there you can see, this I repeated 1,000 times. This I repeated 10,000 times. No. And you understand that it is not really you. It is this reflection. Like when you watch a lake and it's full moon, you see the moon reflected in the lake, but it is not the moon. It is a reflection of it. If you want to really connect with it, you cannot connect with this reflection alone. That will not work. Yeah. You have to try to go directly. It is not easy to describe how to really leave the personality. And it is said in the old scriptures, there is for every state a very clear description. For example, how do you go beyond sexual desires? How do you go beyond the material attachments? How you go beyond the wounds that we all carry, and so on and so on. But there is no real description how you can leave out of your personality. How can you go beyond your personality? And that is something each one of us has to find by themselves. Therefore, an enlightened person, a master, a guide, he cannot bring you to all places. There is this one place, this is the last step, that you need to find out yourself. Yeah. In between, he can guide you from many deviations that you may want to go into. But when you have that all clear, and you are, let's say, ready to launch the rocket, then this last flight, that is yours, and yours alone, where there is only one there to be with, and this is the divine itself. Yeah. That's why it is called at the end Fanafila. Yeah. You do not project, you do not attach anything to anyone or to yourself anymore. You keep solidly on the focus towards the Most High. And to keep that, this is what we somehow also learn now. What we learn now as a first step is to come from the me to the we. This is what Earth, this is what the higher world, let's say, wants to see. Yeah. Only if we come from the me to the we start to think in the better way. Because me cannot take care of me. You see, we can only take good care of we. And when we take good care of we, then our planet will be safe from us. And we will be safe from this me that is a suicidal system. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Blessings to all of you.